Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. A man will only be select to some women and non-select to other women. And this is kind of a follow-up on what I was talking about yesterday, that every single woman has her select and non-select. Now, in general, I would talk about it in general terms. But, let's be real. It comes down to individual choices. And when we're talking about different men, every man, I don't care who he is, I don't care what he look like, I don't care what his height is, how square his jaw is, what his social class is, whatever, is not going to be select to every woman. In fact, in my book, Nice Guys and Players, I even said that, because I used the example of a man going in a room of 100 women and only being select to 70 of them. The other 30 are like, whatever. But hey, 70 ain't bad. And in fact, a man wants to get to a point where he has as many women who find him attractive as possible. But the reality is, that's not going to happen. Like I said, even the term I use for men who are at the top of the sexual hierarchy, Mr. Goodbar, even they will hear the term or the statement, "You're a nice guy, but." In fact, in my book, Nice Guys and Players, on the back of it, I said, are you a player who can get every woman except the one you want? In fact, let me shout out Alan Roger Curry. May he rest in peace. He said that's the reason he got my book. And he's been very clear about it. He could get women like crazy, but there was that one woman he couldn't get. It's just a reality. Now, here's the issue with that. Here's the issue a lot of guys have. A lot of guys get mad when a woman rejects them. They'll meet a woman, or they'll see a woman on the street, approach her, and she's like, no. Or even approach her when they think they're getting choosing signals, and it's still like really a no. She was just looking. It really wasn't choosing signals. Whatever the case, every man's going to get rejected. Now, of course, you know what to do if the woman is being receptive to you. Hopefully you know what to do. That's the woman you need to pay attention to. At least pay attention to. Now, there might be a situation where you might not find her attractive. Okay, that's fair. But at least pay attention. But there's going to be situations where the woman there's going to be a woman ain't feeling. I don't care what you think. You can't get mad because of it, because you don't know what she's looking for. Only thing you can do as a man is still fix yourself up as best as possible. Get yourself in the body shape that has been the best for you, that's gotten the most attention for you. Still, fix yourself up, fix up your presentation, find your style, find your grooming and your clothing style, and work on your personality. You still want to work on your best, but you know what? Here's the issue. You can still do all that and a woman still ain't gonna like you. Okay. You can't be pressed about it, because let me use Mr. Goodbar as an example again. Let me use Mr. Goodbar. One thing that Mr. Goodbar had, Mr. Goodbar ain't pressed. The men at the top of the totem pole, they ain't pressed. If a woman don't show any interest, in most cases, they like, whatever. They got other women. See, a man needs to really be focused on the women who are feeling him. He don't need to be wasting time worried about the women who ain't feeling him, who ain't trying to get with him, because he's not going to convince them. Indeed, you have men out here who they'll hit me up sometime talking about, well, how can I get this woman to like me? First of all, let's break that down. You have lust for her. You have outer lust for her. You've never had sex with this woman. You don't know. She might get in the bedroom and be terrible. Shoot. The worst sex I've ever had in my life was probably with the finest woman. You don't know. If that woman don't want you, what good is she for you? Seriously. You don't worry about that. First of all, you have to, as a man, really think, okay, there's an abundance of women out here. There's an abundance. You can, and unless you just in some rural area where there's no women, if you any place where there's a bunch of women, some of them gonna like you. I don't care where you at. I don't care what social circle you in. I don't care where it is, there's somebody who gonna like it. You need to focus on that. When I was in the gym yesterday, there was a particular woman and she had left something on the machine I was getting on. I didn't realize she had left it. It was just some tissue. I put it in the trash. And she was real touchy and all that, saying, oh, you know, it's like, okay, whatever. You know. She is all right. If I see her again, I might be friendly. But here's the thing. You pay attention to that. Instead of worrying about the women that you ain't select for, they ain't showing you any interest, they just don't find you attractive, you just be like, okay, whatever. Because I don't care where you go. I don't care what you do. I don't care what type of operation you get to get yourself taller. I don't care what type of surgery you get to give you a square jaw. Or put some hair on you. There's some woman ain't gonna feel you. I don't care what you do. I don't care what your height is. I don't care what it is. There's some women ain't gonna feel you. Whatever. You let them go on their merry way. Because, well, let me get into that in a bit. There's been many a guy who has just gone after some woman who really wasn't feeling him, and then they were sorry in one way or the other. Either their bank accounts empty, some have been unalived. Some have had some trouble. If a woman ain't showing some interest in you, you just be like, okay. And you don't worry about it. You don't worry about it. You don't lose sleep over it. There's more than enough women out here. You want that woman who is receptive to you. You want that woman who is in cooperation to your operation. You want that woman who finds you attractive. Don't have that silly, not even silly, just stupid notion of thinking you're gonna convince some woman to like you. That ain't gonna happen. If you thinking that, get off this channel. Seriously, I'm in the real world. I'm trying to tell you how to win. And the way to win is you want to fix yourself up as best as possible, and then see which women are in your tribe. See which women are showing some interest. And just because, let me be clear about that. If a woman show interest, you ain't showing interest in her. She just ain't attractive to you. One thing with any relationship, it has to be both of you got to be on the same page. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's how relationships work. You're both on that ship. You are both relating. But you don't lose any sleep when that woman don't find you attractive, because I don't care who, like I said, I don't care who you are. Every woman ain't gonna find you attractive because you don't know what's going on with that woman. You don't know what her issue is, what she looking for. Like I said several times, I knew this young lady. Like I said, I don't know if she's checking out this channel anymore, but I mentioned her several times. She does not mind. She wants a clinically obese guy. She wants a big man. I had an ex-girlfriend years ago. She was in her 20s. I'm in my 50s. She like older men. You don't know what that woman likes. Shoot. I remember I was someplace, and this particular woman, she liked chocolate brothers. She ain't like light-skinned brothers. I mean, there's always gonna be something. You don't get pressed about it. If there's something she don't like about you or something she don't find attractive, she just don't find it attractive. You don't lose sleep over it. You just be like, okay. It is what it is. Because the time and energy you spend worrying about that woman who ain't feeling you, you could be spending it with a woman who's feeling you. While you chasing that woman who don't want to get with you, who don't want to like return text or calls right away, you could be getting with that woman who's not only going to like get on her knees and suck the fuck out of your joint, but make you a sandwich. Make you a sandwich. Make you some food. You want that woman in cooperation. You looking for cooperation. And I know some dudes will say, well, no, it's just the ugly ones who like me. Well, maybe you need to fix the fuck up there. Because one thing, just dealing with and knowing very attractive women, really since I was young. They got working vaginas too. They like guys too. You don't know who they like. You don't know. And you want to be the best version of yourself so that woman will show, the right woman will show some interest. The right woman you can click with. You have something. You have something that she could get into. You somebody she wants to get with. Because, well, let me get into that a bit. All these women want a man. I don't give a shit what they say. I don't give a shit how independent some of these women talk they are. If they heterosexual, they want a man. The only women who ain't gonna want a man is a woman who is into other women. And even some of them, you got studs out there who get pregnant. So you don't know. You don't know. But you don't worry about it. The best you can do is fix yourself up and then just live your life. That's the best you can do. You can't be pressed about it. If a woman ain't interested in you, she just ain't interested. Okay. You just go on and still do your thing. And then you learn. I'm going to tell you what, and I said this years ago, and I'll say it now. It's not so much you even need game. You just need to pay attention. Because I remember that game somebody gave me, back in the 80s. It was telling me that it was on this summer job. This dude was telling me this woman was checking me out. And that's all she was going to do was look. She wasn't going to approach. I had to do something. And that's been more than a couple times. Shoot. You pay attention. It might be that fine-ass woman paying attention to you. That fine-ass woman like you. Now, you can still, they ain't saying don't approach the woman or don't say hi, but if she ain't showing any interest, and I would say right away, really, if she ain't showing any interest right away, leave her alone. Just be like, okay, shit. You ain't gonna lose sleep over. It ain't gonna kill you. Shoot, there's an abundance of women. Shoot, I live in a suburb now. Relatively small area. There's plenty of women around. Take your ass outside. You can see them. You can see them. You going wherever. You can meet somebody who's down for you. But you need to focus on that. Focus on the women who are checking you out. In fact, you get some women, and I've said this in a video before, there's always a woman checking you out. But see, the thing you gotta do is just fix up. And don't be caught up like, oh, I don't have that square jaw, or I'm not 6'2", or I'm not this or that. Whatever. You don't know what that woman looking for. Shoot, like I said, shit, I knew this woman, she was a 5'9" model type. Her man was a 5'2" dude. She said it. 5'2" and stocky. But hey, that's what she wanted. That's what she wanted. Alright? Every single woman, she gonna want something. And it's gonna be several factors in there. Ain't no robot thing where all women want the same damn man. That's stupid as shit to even think that. All you have to do is go outside and you pay attention. Shoot. Regardless of whatever it is about you, as long as you fix up, all I would say is your best presentation and be able to have a goddamn conversation with a woman. You can get something. And shoot, there's been some occasions where just on that conversation piece, some women, they might have met a guy and they might not have been feeling him physically at first, but then they talk with him, find out what he about, then they get turned on. And you do get some women, they turned on by that. Because remember, see, one thing with a woman, yeah, they use their eyes, but they don't use just their eyes. They ain't like men. Sometimes it could be that dude start talking and they just click with what he's talking about. They click with his personality. All of a sudden, he started looking better to him. In fact, I'm going to be real. If you really think about it, men have a better chance of getting a woman than a woman has of getting a man. And this is something I would talk about later, but I'm flowing now. A man has a better chance of getting a woman because a man has more things that a woman's going to check out. Women, shoot, they pretty much stuck on if the man thinks she fine or not. Okay. That's all they got. Like, it takes a while before a man even matures to the point of looking at other stuff other than her beauty. Usually when a man getting older. But shoot, women be looking at a whole bunch of things. They be looking at shit you ain't thinking about. Like I said, this one time, this woman was looking at my fingernails. She was like, oh, okay. She liked me for other things, but she ain't like my fingernails were clean. She like worker type of dudes. It's like, you don't know. You don't know. The best you can do as a man is just go out, present yourself. You can't be pressed. A woman, just present yourself. A woman gonna like it. Whatever your haircut is, I don't care. Your hair. Like I said, I've known a woman, shoot, your ass had to look like a surfer for her ass. And then some other women, they might like a man who shaved bald. Because I even talked about that. I've gotten more women when my hair be all out and wild. Look like I ain't never been near a barbershop. I've got my joints sucked more for that. You don't know. You don't know. It could be whatever the woman's needs are. And I said that in my book, Nice Guys and Players. I said women choose men according to their needs. So whatever your needs are, whatever that woman's needs are, rather, boom, shit, whatever your needs are, shit, too. Whatever the case. But you don't know. You really don't know. All you can do is fix yourself up, be your best. Work on being your best. And really, you're not even really being your best for women. You being your best for yourself to get through life. You being your best so you can live your best life regardless of the woman. The women, in many cases, are the commercial to your main program. But you can't be pressed about them. All of them ain't gonna like you. I don't care, even if you like it, because I can think of one now. I ain't gonna lie. Head to toe, perfect for what I would like in a woman. Head to toe. She ain't feeling it, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. I can think of a few like that. Whatever the case. Shoot, it is what it is. But then I can think of a few, they like, yeah, shoot, taking their panties off, talking about, I won't be needing these. Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is, y'all. You don't get mad. You don't get angry. You don't get mad at the women. If a woman ain't feeling you, she's actually doing you a favor. She is actually doing you a favor. You ain't wasting time with her. You ain't wasting time with her. You need to like spend your time with the women who are feeling you. The women who are down for whatever you're presenting. And that's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah, nah, you're going to be select to some women. And even if you like non-select to most women, that's actually better in some cases. And I'm going to tell you why it's better in some cases. You ain't wasting, once again, also, you're not wasting time. You're not wasting time. It's better to be, like, say you in a room for 100 women. 97 of them don't want you. Okay. The 3 who do, you know they really down for you. You know they down for you. You don't have to worry about any of the bullshit. Alright? What y'all think about that? Because all you can do, as a man, all you can do is control yourself. And you got to be happy with yourself. Remember, your main relationship is with yourself. You know? You need to just go out here, just have fun, have a life. Have a life. And if you meet a woman that fits into that life, great. And if you find women that find you attractive, hey, if you find them attractive back, okay, deal with them. Deal with them. So I want y'all to think about that. What you think about that? It is what it is. Don't get mad. If a woman find you non-select or don't want to deal with you, don't get mad at them. Don't get mad at them. Don't think anything. Just be like, oh, well. Oh, well. Don't lose any sleep. You just keep going, doing what you're doing. All right? Anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll get back with y'all. Peace.